Hello there, fellow bakers. I am going to make the cookie dough today that I use every time I make decorated sugar cookies. I want you to see the steps that I'm doing because I will bring cookies to your class that are already pre-made. So I'll give you the step-by-steps here and hope they're useful to you later as you embark on making your very own cookies. Basically, this recipe calls for the mixer to be taking softened butter, getting it mixed up. I'm just going to turn this on low because we really just want to cream the butter, get it so it's kind of softer and mixed and blended. What we have is a big blob in the middle. We don't want that. Turn it up a little to get it off the beater or the paddle. That's done, and it wants us to add 1.5 cups of sugar, which I will add here, and then just blend those together. The sugar serves the purpose of poking little holes in the butter so that the cookie isn't a big dense mess. I always start on low because you never know, stuff goes flying everywhere if you just turn it on high. So you just do this until this comes together. Sugar at the bottom, and that looks pretty good. It only takes about 45 seconds or so to do that. And then after that, you're going to add the eggs, the vanilla, and the almond extract, which I put all together here. It's 2 eggs, 1 egg white, and the vanilla extract and the almond extract. So that just plops in there. And we're going to get it all, turn it on, and mix this slowly. Just take a good, see that? A good swipe around the mixing bowl because you have a lot of butter on the sides that is not mixed in yet. We don't want that to be a problem later. I'm sure you're aware that baking is a science. You don't just get to sort of wing it. It doesn't work that way. And you really do need to measure. You do need to follow a recipe. And be careful how you do all of that so that your food actually comes out correctly. That's looking better, but it's still quite lumpy. So I'm gonna pop this back down and remove those lumps. Looking a lot better. Now I'm going to add the flour, the salt, and the baking powder. And I'm just going to dump it all in at one time. They ask that you do that in this recipe. Now I'm going to use these right away, so I only need 4 cups of flour, but the recipe says if you are going to wait to use them, add in 4.5 cups of flour. So you may need to flour your board quite a bit here. Again, go slow at the beginning. I'll turn my hand this way. I'm just pulsing this a little bit because the flour will go flying out everywhere. And it's starting to come together, so we're going to turn it up a little, mostly so the motor can handle the work. And as soon as it comes together, there's no dry flour floating around in this that I can see. We're just going to stop. And that's it. We're going to scrape the paddle attachment from all the cookie dough. First, we're going to knead it, but then we're going to wrap it up in some plastic wrap. So I'll get this mostly off. And what we're going to do is remove the bowl put the mixer away for now. Move it out of the way. And I'm going to flour the board. Got flour here in a little handy scoop. That's probably the half a cup we would probably end up using. You just never know. Sometimes extra egg or whatever you've chosen to do in this case. Just flouring the board and getting it ready. I'm going to dump this out all at one time. And scrape the bowl. Once again, don't waste any of it. Get it all out, gather it up, and then knead it for just, I don't know, not very long, a few turns. And the reason you do that is to really make sure everything is mixed. But with cookies and very much like other baked goods, the more you play with it, the worse, the tougher, if you've heard of that before, a tough dough, the tougher the cookies turn out. You don't want that. You want a nice sort of soft cookie, at least in this case. So again, gathering it together, a few bits over there. And I'm just going to knead it a little bit. And as I do, I see it's pretty wet still. So I'll rub my cookie dough in that, see if that picks up a little of the flour, pulls this up. And really, you're just going to knead it for around a minute at the most. So we're going to now just wrap it in plastic wrap. It goes in the fridge for 30 minutes to an hour, I'd say. And I'm going to double wrap it because the ends are sticking up here. Don't want that exposed. All right. And so this goes into the fridge for 30 minutes to an hour. What you're trying to do is get that cookie dough as cold as you can. It helps the butter to work properly to make a soft cookie that way. It doesn't all spread.